So we're looking for a drain or a utility sink to fit in our utility area. Right now I've got a shelf, dryer, washer, some roughed-in plumbing, and a drain. But all we need is a utility sink. And let me show you what it is I think we might be able to use for a utility sink. Well, this is something I found in my garage. It had bricks sitting on top of it. And I just measured it, and it's exactly the same size that we need. And it actually does have a sink top to it, which I have already taken off. The sink top is right here. You can see it needs quite a bit of TLC, and I got a feeling it's going to need resurfacing. But I know that there's some companies and even some self-resurfacing kits that might be able to work on that. But as you can see right now, this is going to need some TLC. The feet are completely rusted out, and some of the area in the back here is kind of rusty. So I'm going to have to do some sanding, some cleaning, some painting, and we'll see if this works. So, as you can see, I took some drawers out. I washed down the outside. The inside has got quite a bit of rust. It's going to need a bunch of sanding. And there's a coat of paint on the outside that's green, but it's really crummy paint because as I washed, you can see some of the green paint actually came off. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have to try and wipe all that paint off, or if I'll be able to paint over it. But we'll see what happens. Well, now I've got the sink. I actually sent the cast iron top. I sent that away to be reconditioned. It's actually around $200, and they'll refinish the top of that. And now it's time to start sanding. I'm going to get as much rust off as I possibly can. To get in the corners, I'm using a small wire brush. And for this area over here, I'm going to be using some sandpaper and a hand sander. You can see that this area is pretty rusty, so I need to hit that with a sandpaper. And then I'm going to use some spray paint product that's supposed to stop the rust. Well, whatever paint they had painted on there, that green color, it's coming off with just some hot soapy water. And I don't want to put the new spray paint on top of that, otherwise it won't stick. So just take some elbow grease. I'll get all that green stuff off. So I flipped it upside down. I got almost all the paint off. You can see a little bit of green around the edges. And now I'm hitting some of the rusty spots with a wire brush on the end of a drill. And it's looking good. It's on the way. Well, you can see I moved the cabinet upstairs and outside. I'm spray painting it with some rust reformer. It is some Rust-Oleum rust reformer. Spraying it inside the house, bad idea. In your basement, bad idea. Could cause some explosions. So, I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I did not shoot video of the last 1,000 steps on this. And here is this piece all together right next to our washer and dryer. I did put some subway towel right behind it. Turned out pretty well. Right above it, I found a reclaimed piece of wood in my shed. You can see that there's a false wall back there. That's where the drain is. That's also where the water supply is. And it's kind of a dark blue, navy blue color. These things shined up real nice. And here's all my plumbing. Let's shed some light on that so you can see all that back there. Did quite a bit of work on the plumbing, and this fixture was none too cheap. Found it on Amazon, works great, and that's the end of that project. So turned out pretty well. Everything's functional. I'm happy with it.